Welcome back to the MTG Seal, where we're going to be going through the Planeswalker decks for Amonkhet. We will start with Liliana's, featuring Liliana Death Wielder, then moving on to Gideon Martial Paragon. You'll notice I already sleeved these just because it seems like for some reason these foils and these pre-packaged sets like to bend pretty easy, so I try to sleeve them as quick as I can. So we're setting the 2 booster packs aside just because I want to go through the deck as is and play with that before moving on. So for this deck we have, of course, Liliana Death Wielder, Channeler Initiate, Oracle's Vault, Liliana's Influence, which I believe is 2 of these special to this deck just for basically bringing out your Liliana. We have Festering Mummy, Dune Beetle, Tattered Mummy, full play set of that. We have Baleful Amonkhet, Desiccated Naga, Gravedigger, Crocodile of the Crossing, Giant Spider, Decimator Beetle. Then, are we only lands now? Nope. For the lands we have a couple dual lands. Grasping Dunes, which adds to your -1 counter abilities. Our swamps and our forests. Now it looks like our non-creature spells. Trial of Ambition, Edifice of Authority, Luxa River Shrine, Cartouche of Ambition, Splendid Agony, Cartouche of Strength, and Gift of Paradise. So that's going to make up our Liliana deck. You can see the little pamphlet that came with it. Talks about Liliana, some suggestions for actually playing the deck, and then the card list on it. Just pretty good for beginners, so you know what you're going to be doing. You have something set up for you. And next up we'll have our Gideon deck. Here's the box that it came with. Of course, Gideon, as I showed before. We'll set aside the 2 boosters and go through Gideon's deck as well. Now, I know that these aren't like dual decks where it's something against another one, so I don't know how well balanced or how tailored they are to each other. We'll find out in the next couple of videos when we start the play. So for Gideon's deck we have Hazoret's Favor, Glory Bound Initiate, Gideon's Resolve, which is like your Liliana's card for bringing your Planeswalker out, Gustwalker, Crop Entangler, Pathmaker Initiate, Honored Crop Captain, Companion of the Trials, Devoted Crop Mate, Graceful Cat, full playset of that one, On Crop Crasher, Sparring Mummy, Tall Crop Elite Hyena pack. And then it looks like they're going to give us 4 dual lands as well for this deck. Plains, mountains. Alright, just basic lands after your full 4 dual lands. For our non-creature spells, we have Cartouche of Zeal, Impeccable Diamond, Trial of Zeal, and Electrify. Alright, so we'll get these 2 decks sealed up, and I'll find somebody to play against. And we'll probably do a best of 3. If someone wins the first 2, we'll probably switch decks just to see if it's the deck or the player that's winning. Make sure these are fairly balanced against each other and maybe see which one has more value. It's surprising to me that Liliana is a 7 mana Planeswalker while Gideon's a 5, both starting with 5 loyalty points and both their ultimates a -10. I know these aren't meant to see a lot of play as Wizards has planned. So we'll see how well they handle each other and how well the decks play out. So thanks again for watching, and stick around next time for the playthrough.